Welcome to Half Human, Half Coffee. I'm Jason Alexander. If you're watching this, you're probably the first person and maybe the only person that's seen this video besides myself. So congratulations. If you ever see me out in public, you win exactly one crisp high five. Before we get into the meat of what I think this channel and the Twitter account are going to look like, I thought I'd give you a little insight into myself. So I love to learn new things. I've unfortunately convinced myself that chasing rabbit holes is the best way to spend the majority of my free time. Movie quotes take up way too much of my memory. I'll probably never financially recover from the amount of money that we spent on DoorDash during the pandemic. Responding to a text message with a single letter K, I think should be illegal. It's terrible. At one point, I started using bro, ironically, and unfortunately, it has stuck. So every now and then, if I drop a bro during a video, I apologize in advance. I think that singing happy birthday is the worst thing ever. Singing it to someone or having someone sing it to you. If you're an adult and you like it when people sing happy birthday to you, then I can say with some confidence that you will probably not like the videos that follow this one. If by happenstance you do, then I didn't mean anything by that comment, and please like and subscribe to the channel. So the Half Human, Half Coffee YouTube channel and Twitter account is going to revolve around an idea that I had today. So, my daily routine right now is I usually get up pretty early in the morning, 4:30. I come into my office here at the house and check my calendar, see what meetings I have for the day. I may answer some emails, and then I kind of dive off into a topic I want to learn more about. Lately, it's been more around stocks, economics, investments, some other things, but there's really no telling what I'm going to kind of wake up pining over. So that's kind of been my routine. I had to do that, before work, and then sometimes between meetings, at lunch, or and then when I get home from work, I usually set my laptop back up, and then I'll watch, the closing market or the after hours for a couple hours and do a little more research on some other things. And then, then I, finally go spend some time with my wife and call it a night. But anyway, that's kind of what's driven this idea and what I want to do with this channel. What I've seen on social media is that there definitely is not a lack of people wanting to comment or give their opinion about things. So maybe this will provide some opinions or comments that are actually worth reading, hopefully. I'm not entirely sure what the structure of this thing is going to look like totally. I think it's probably that maybe I'll introduce a topic or continue into a topic that maybe I introduced in a previous video, and then provide some of the info that I currently have or I feel confident about in that topic, and then make a corresponding tweet for comments and discussion around that topic. I realize that the discussion could be had in the comments section on YouTube, but at the same time, I feel like the quality of the conversation and the quality of the comments would be better if it was done on a separate platform versus YouTube. It's just the comment section is too easily accessible for anybody who's watching the video to just go blast the comments with absurd things if they want to, which I'm not saying I won't read. I will definitely read the comments under the video, but I'd like to drive the conversation elsewhere. I just think that the quality will be better. Lastly, I'll say not lastly, one of the other things I wanted to note is that this is not a potential source of revenue for me. That's not how I'm viewing this. What I really want to get out of this is I'm looking to gain insight and get different perspectives and connect with individuals that are more educated than myself on certain topics. So, I don't know if anybody is from a small town or a small area, but, generally, if you have a mindset or you're thinking about something in a certain way and you discuss that with other people around you, then more than likely their perspective of that topic is going to be similar to yours. I've been blessed to think outside of the box a little bit, and I have some friends that do the same. So we have some pretty interesting conversations, but, I always find that when I go to a new place and meet new people and discuss new topics with those people, that I walk away with a better insight and a better understanding than I did before I went into that conversation. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to get out of this, is to gain that insight and gain that additional perspective without having to travel anywhere or without having to be somewhere else. And it's something that I can get on a daily basis. I think overall that's going to make me a better person. And hopefully it can do the same for people who decide to follow this or comment with it or be a part of those discussions on the Twitter post, on the tweets, if you would. So, kind of lastly, some of my current obsessions or undertakings, or that would lead to topics in the near future that I think we could talk about. Right now I'm working on a mountain bike trail system with my brother and some friends and a group of people that are in our area that are really cool. And that's been a weird thing for me, but it's been a lot of fun so far. We've been on about 10 or 11 months now. Financial freedom through passive income is something I'm extremely interested in at the moment. This is something I've read some books on. I've been doing some research, trying to understand more, build myself a plan so that when I get to the point where we can be financially independent, then we have the ability to do so. I'm in no rush to go anywhere for my current position at my current job. I love what I do and the people that I work with, but it can't hurt, in my opinion, to set yourself up to be in a place where if something did happen and you had to leave a position or forced out of a position, whatever that may be, that you've put yourself in a position, like I said, position 37 times, but you've put yourself in a position that, you're not relying on that. And I know it's kind of different from the traditional ideology that we see with just in America in general, as far as what you're supposed to do as a successful adult. A lot of that is, you finish high school, then you go to college, you get your degree, then you go find a company that's a stable company and you go to work for them. And that's where you spend your career and you save money and you put some money in your 401k and you raise your family. And that's that. And that's how the things are supposed to be done. I think if you look around at the people who are really wealthy and have we've kind of broke the mold with, I don't think any of them followed that path. I think that's very much a safe path. And that's a way that, you may not find yourself in a bad position, but I think you could just as easily find yourself in a terrible position following that track as you could by taking some risks. And, that would eventually set yourself up for some real long-term wealth, for you and maybe your kids, et cetera, or generations to come. I don't know, but it's something that I'm extremely interested in. And I think with that comes a whole list of subtopics that we could dive into with that to try to better understand how we could do some of these things for ourselves and, kind of what's the best way to go about that. How do you mitigate some of those risks while also putting some things in action? Outside of that, there's, really the topics could be anything. I mean, I wake up every day pining over something woke me up in the middle of the night, or I just woke up and something was on my mind that I want to dig into. So this could really go any which way. Lastly, I'll forewarn that I'm currently pretty obsessed with the short squeeze potential on AMC and some of the other stocks out there. I think if you take a dive into some of that, there's some pretty shady stuff going on with the stock market. I think margins are extremely over leveraged, and we're as a country setting ourselves up to be in a really bad spot. And there's some of that stuff that I'd like to share and talk about as well. So, just be forewarned, if you do follow the link below and you go to my Twitter account, you're going to see a lot of stuff revolving around AMC and the short squeeze. And so I don't know if I should apologize for that in advance or if it's something you're interested in, but just be aware that that's going to be there. And I've kind of committed to myself that I'm going to diversify my tweets a little bit so that if you do decide to follow me, you're not just getting blasted with AMC stuff. So AMC propaganda, if you would. So I guess, thank you anyone who actually took the time to watch this. And if you somehow find it interesting or entertaining or want to be a part of some of these conversations moving forward, or if you think this is something that you're going to want to get involved with, then, please like, subscribe, set the alerts, do all that good stuff. And like I said, my Twitter account is mentioned below in the comments section or in the description section. So if you'd like, you can give me a follow there as well. So I appreciate the time, and we'll see you.